Oh, welcome back, my beautiful people. I'm so glad that you are still here with me. Quickly, in the part two, we'll be looking at video editing fundamentals. What do I need to know as a video editor? That's what we'll be looking at in this part two. Please, I hope you are with your writing materials as you need this. This is very important for you to know this. So I want you to quickly rush, get your writing material, as long as get your popcorn and coke beside you so that you don't get bored. So quickly, let's dive into this section. So what are the fundamentals? There are three things I need you to understand under this fundamental. One is to understand the basics of video editing concept. Secondly, we have file management, and thirdly, we have understanding the video format and resolutions. So now let's quickly look at the basic video editing concept. What are the basic video editing concept? The first one, we have timeline. You'll be wondering, what's the meaning of timeline? When I mean timeline, I'm not talking about timeline on Facebook whereby somebody will post on your timeline. No, that's not the timeline I'm talking about. Timeline as a video editor refer to the workspace where your clips are arranged. A workspace where your clip are arranged. Your clip can be arranged in this format. So your clip can be arranged like this. So you see it on your workspace where your clips will be arranged like this. We are going to go into the practical section so you see it better, but this I need to let you know the concept first before we move on to the practical. Okay, we also have the clips and sequence. What are clips and what are sequence? Clips refer to the difference between a single clip and a sequence. Sequence refer to combination of multiple clips. Multiple clips. Clips is that particular video that you want to use. That's the clip. Then when you now add like 2 to 3 videos to it, it becomes a sequence. You understand now? So that's the difference between clip and sequence. Clip is one, while sequence is multiple clips. Okay, briefly, we'll move on to the next one under timeline, which we have transition. Remember in the first video I showed you something. I said, look at my screen, the way it moves. Can you see something now? That's what we know as transition. The way you move. Transition is just talking about how you move from one clip to another. And some of the common transition include cutting. We have dissolve and wipes. Remember we spoke about cutting in the introductory aspect. If you have not watched that video, go back so that you understand what we are saying here. So cutting, dissolving and wiping. So those are the some of the transitions that we have in video editing. Now we'll move on quickly to the next one, which is file management. File management. Now, what is file management telling you about? The way you handle your files, the way you handle those projects that you'll be having. So when we talk about file here, we are talking about the work that you are doing. That's the video you are editing currently. So now we have the first one, importing media. Importing media is just talking about where you are bringing the pictures, the videos from. So you can bring this from your gallery, can bring them from your flash drive, and so on and so forth. Where you are bringing this media to, where you are bringing them from to the software where you are going to be using for design. Remember I told you to get CapCut. If you have not gotten it, immediately after this video, please go and get it. So the next one, we have organizing media. Organizing media is telling you how you arrange these files that you have imported. How will you arrange them? So you need to arrange them in a way that if you just open your phone, even you yourself, you understand that, okay, this is the project I'm working on. This is the one I finished working on yesterday. You get? So you need to arrange them. You need to give them name, or you give them tag like number 1 and date, so on and so forth. So That's what you should do as a video editor. Your work needs to be well done, not that you just scatter files anyhow and you don't even understand what you are doing. Also, if you know that you cannot tag them like that, you can open a folder and put them together. When you do videos about social media, you put it in that folder. When you do about birthday, you put it in another folder where you name it birthday folder. So you get, that is the way to organize your stuff. That is the way to organize your files. The next one is backing up project. This is so important. You need to have backup. Don't just work on a project and you don't have backup. So when I talk about backup here, I mean after editing your project, after giving it to the client, or after making use of it, save it on Google Drive where you can easily access it in future, so that you not ask, how did I do that video that time? But once you go back to Google Drive, you check it and creativity comes in immediately. You'll be able to work on the next project using the idea from the previous project. So that's all about file management. Lastly, we'll be looking at understanding video format and resolution. Remember, I told you that as a video editor, you are different from somebody that just took his or her phone and started making video. So now, under this video format and resolution, we'll be looking at different sizes of videos, video. HD, when you hear the word HD, HD HD is for videos, is for images. So we have HD 720p and full HD, that's 1080p, as well as 4K. Those are the resolutions that your video must carry. Those are the resolution that your video must carry. If your video is not like this, then that means you are not really doing it well. You are not doing it well. So now we'll move on to frame rate. So we have different types of frame and for different purposes. When we go into the particle section, you are going to understand better. And the last part is talking about aspect ratio. We have the standard, we have the vertical. When we talk about standard, we are talking about the 16:9 format. This format is usually used for YouTube videos. 16:9 is used for YouTube videos. We have the vertical 9:16, which is used for Instagram and TikTok, and we have the square ratio. So when we talk about ratio, you must understand that different platforms with their own ratio. So you can't carry video that is meant for Facebook and put it on Instagram, you get. So you need to know the ratio of each and every of this video. So that's all for this section. We are going to do the practical immediately after this video. Stay tuned with me. I'll see you in the next video.